want to talk a little bit about how to develop and maintain a proper income plan. So what I want to do is we need to look at proactive planning when it comes to your retirement plan and not reactive planning. So we need to develop goals and objectives and then develop a plan of action in order to get throughout retirement without making really emotional decisions. And what I mean by that is let's look at a few different years here from the year January of 95 all the way through January of 2015. Now, if we would have just put $10,000 into the market in January of 1995 and we just let it sit until the year 2015, we would have averaged 9.79%, which is $64,752 on that account. Now, if we missed, let's just say that we got emotional and the market was seeing some major volatility and we missed the 10 best days of trading during that 20-year period in time, instead of 9.79% as an average, we would have only averaged let me make sure I get this right, 6.05%. So just by being a little emotional during this time period, you could have lost out on 3.75% in gains, which is a significant amount of money over extended or long periods of time. So I want to talk a little bit about how to develop an income plan without having emotions tying too closely into it. So let's say that we have someone that has a $1 million portfolio. And let's say that the person that has that $1 million portfolio needs an income each year of $50,000. So what that tells us is we would need to generate about 5% in income per year, which equates to $50,000 a year. Now, what happens if we have that $1 million portfolio and we go through some market volatility and that portfolio drops by 20%? Now, instead of a $1 million portfolio, we have just lost down to $800,000. So we've just lost $200,000 or 20% of the portfolio's value. Now, in order to maintain that same income level of $50,000, now we need to generate a little over 6% in income per year. So just a little over 6%, which would be $48K per year. So what happens is that portfolio is probably going to start drawing out too much money. You're going to start to either have to change your standard of living, or you would probably have to go back to work. If you have someone that specializes in retirement planning, I know we talk a lot about the rule of 100. And basically what the rule of 100 says is whatever your age is, you would take that from the number 100, and that's the percentage of your portfolio that you would want to be completely safe and producing some guaranteed income that's going to last you the rest of your life. Then, with the balance of the portfolio, that's where you can go out and take a little bit of risk in order to try and get these higher returns on your money. So what I mean by that is, let's go back to that same $1 million portfolio, and let's say we have an individual that's 65 years old. So now we've got a $1 million portfolio, and we're going to say 65 years old. So what that tells us is we would want 65% of that $1 million, or $650,000. We would want that to be safe and protected and giving us some guaranteed income. Then, with the balance, which would be $350,000, we could go over here and we could go and take some more risk with that money. What that's going to do. Now, let's look at some guaranteed income strategies off that. So let's say we have an individual that's 65 years old. With that $650,000, that's going to produce a guaranteed income stream that's going to last the rest of your life of right at $38,000 per year. Now, so now we've got a shortfall here of $12,000 that we need to generate off of this $350,000. So this is giving us our guaranteed income of $38,000 a year. Now, what that makes us do is we only have to draw out 3.4% of this $350,000 in order to make up for that same $50,000. Except for this time, instead of having to deal with market volatility and adjustments because of a correction or because of a little market volatility, now we've got a lot more of our money safe and protected, and we can go out and take a little bit more risk without the potential of having to go back to work or maybe change your standard of living. So if you have any questions about how to really design your income plan so that you don't have to worry when we see this market volatility, feel free to give us a call at the office.